Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning into the channel today. Today, I want to do a breakdown of the Columbus Bass Club's fourth event of the season, May 7th, 2023. Ended up in third place. Before I get into the details and the breakdown of the video, if you would, please become a subscriber to the channel if you are not yet. If you're a new listener in or viewer in, please subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to build that. I believe we're almost to 750 subscribers. My ultimate goal is 1,000, so still working on that, but we will get there eventually with more hard work and more good videos. And if you would, please like the video. That helps get it out there on the suggested content, as well as comments on the video, guys. If you see anything you like or you got any questions, or if you like the video, just comment on it. Saying what you like about the video, things like that. Okay, so let's jump into this. So we ended up getting third place. Me and Kyler Saporito, we had 4 pounds 3 ounces on a 5-fish limit. Now, we have a lot of people that comment on our stuff on Facebook and comment on my stuff on Facebook when they see these lower weights like that, like 4 pounds 3 ounces on a 5-fish limit. Now, why is that? That is because of the slot limit here in southeast Kansas in our strip pits in the Mineland Wildlife Area. If you have a Bass Pass, which the Bass Pass event is good through it's good through early or late September all the way through late June. And then you can't use the Bass Pass from late June to early September. So that's what makes it difficult. And if the Bass Pass is available, you still can't keep them, though, 13 to 15 inches. That's the slot limit. So you got to throw those back. So when I reference to the slot, in this particular event, it's 13 to 15 inches. Now, without the Bass Pass, which will be our July event, it's got to be 13 to 18 inches, which makes it even more difficult. So that's why you see the lower weights in the smaller bass. So let's get into the details here and how it works. So we all meet up, and we meet up there. We pay our entry fee at Scammon Express and Deli in Scammon, Kansas. Once everybody's paid their entry fees, we draw a pit. So you don't know where you're fishing until you get there that morning. We ended up drawing pit number 33 South, which I have some good history in, and Kyler does as well. Both of us have good history in there. He fished the last event with me in there that Columbus Bass Club fished in November of 2021, and we got first, and that is what secured our team of the year that year. Kyler was just an alternate that event with me, but me and my son won team of the year in 2021, and it's because we got first in that event, which helped secure that. Now let's jump into the actual tournament itself. So it started off kind of slow, and I was geared up. That's another big problem is you don't know where you're going. You got pits that are shallow. You got pits that are deep. You got pits that are deep and shallow. You got pits that are muddy and shallow or stained and shallow. So I was set up for the stained, more dirty water. That's what I had tied on. So I had to make a couple adjustments once we got there because I had nothing ready for clear water. Absolutely nothing ready for the clear water. I did have a Ned rig tied on, so that is one thing I did have ready for the clear water. So it started off slow. I was throwing a top water, and then after about 30 minutes, I didn't get nothing on top water. Wasn't feeling that, so I switched to the 2K Jigs Little Punk and blue crab color with a Missile D-Bomb trailer, and it was a copper chopper was the color of the Missile D-Bomb. Now, I caught 3 fish on this setup, but they were all slot fish, but I missed the potential big bass of the tournament. I do have that video in here of me missing that fish. You can't really see it too well on the GoPro there. So that was a real bummer because that would have took us first place or got us right there at first place. We had 4 pounds 3 ounces, and second place was 6 pounds 14 ounces. So we only needed 2 pounds, 2 pounds and 1 ounce to take over, or 2 pounds and, that would have been, 2 pounds for 3 ounces to take over. 2 pounds, 2 ounces. No, that'd be right. 2 pounds would put us at 6'3". So no, 2 pounds, 10 ounces. We'd have needed 2 pounds and 11 ounces to tie. So if it had been 2 pounds, 11 ounces, which that bass would have been close to that, we could have won the event or tied the event. And if we had big bass, we could have won the event. So there is the 2K Jigs little punk blue crab color with the missile D-bomb copper chopper. It's got some blue in it on the front side here, and then it's green pumpkin on the back side. That's the setup that caught the 3 slot fish and missed the 1 big one. So now the next one, we still didn't have a keeper, and this was about an hour into the event, an hour and 15 minutes into the event, and then I gave Kyler I had him tie on, he already had a Texas rig tied on, and I had him put that missile D-bomb in that copper chopper straight on a Texas rig to see if they wanted it more than they wanted the jig. And he ended up catching our first keeper on that missile D-bomb and copper chopper on a Texas rig. He had instead of on the jig, he had it on the Texas rig, and he caught our first keeper. So that got us going. That got us, getting that first keeper in the boat's always the most difficult thing. So with about 2 hours left, I spent about the next 45 minutes throwing that jig, and they just wasn't wanting to eat it. Same way with the Texas rig. They just wasn't wanting to eat it. The sun had got up. There was some wind, but there was no clouds, so the bite kind of slowed down. And then there was 21 boats that fished this pit, and this pit in particularly, the actual fishing water in there, you'll see on one of the first videos there that the line across there, and I'll show it to you right here. The line across there, we couldn't fish past that red line right there. So we couldn't go past the red line. So all that to the north and all that in there is about 35 acres we can fish. We had 21 boats on all that. So after this point, everything had pretty much been hit. So I got to thinking here a while back when I was in pit number 42 with my son, and also I went out over the winter and kind of worked on this technique. It is a 2-inch big hammer. That little big guy right there. You want to compare that? There is the 5/16 2K jig. And if you want to compare it to a missile D-bomb, there's the D-bomb, and there is the 2-inch big hammer. And you want to compare that. I don't have anything else here to really compare that to. Stick my finger up there. You can see how little that guy is. There's my pinky finger up next to that. It's just a little bitty 2-inch big hammer, and it's thrown on a 2K Jigs 5th ounce finesse Ned rig. You need the finesse Ned rig because it's got the smaller hook on it to throw that. It don't work as well on the bigger hook. So that's what I picked up, was that 2-inch big hammer, and that was in trout color. That's very important in the clear water. I don't know whether they like that trout color. There's not trout in this pit or any of the pits I've thrown it in, but they love that trout color everywhere I've thrown it if the water is clear. They love that 2-inch big hammer with the trout color. So switched over to that. Ended up catching 5 keepers on that. I did not get those on video because I thought I would have switched my battery out. Thought I'd hit record. I had not had record. I just had the camera, the GoPro on. So I missed some of those fish. I don't know if I got them or not. You'll see them at the end here, all the videos that I did get of all the catches that we had. So I caught 5 keepers on it, and we had 3 in the slot on it. Kyler also caught 1 on it as well that was in the slot. And then I missed 5 bass on it as well later. I do have a video of the one that I missed that would have been, I think it was in the slot, but it might have been 15 inches, but I don't think it really was. That was there later in the day. And I wish I would have went back right here. This picture here is going to show you where we caught the fish. The red dots, that's where we caught our keepers in pit number South 33. The yellow, that was the slot fish that we caught. And the orange, that was the 18-incher that I missed, the bigger bass that I missed. I don't know for sure that it was 18 inches. It was definitely a keeper for sure, and it had the potential of being the big bass. Now, the purple line over there, you're going to see that on that west far bank over there. That is where one of the guys, he would have actually won the tournament, but he didn't make it back on time, unfortunately. A lot of these guys in the pits, they misjudge how long it takes to get back because we could only use trolling motor only since there's so many boats in such a small pit. And the wind was blowing really hard out of the north, so he didn't make it back in time. He got back late to weigh in. He had over 10 pounds, though, so he would have won the event. And he was fishing this west bank over there. And I was fishing the east bank, but the bigger bass were sitting up over on that farther west bank. I wish I would have went back through these areas with that Ned rig, but I went up closer to the ramp because you can see the area right there. That is pretty much where all our fish came from. And after going back and putting it all in there, I see that now. It was just that little section right there. They were really stacked up right there, which I caught them just down from the ramp too. I should have put those on there. Didn't catch them, but that's where I missed a lot of them, just down from the ramp. But I wish I would have went back to where these bigger fish were in the bigger area, or over there in that area in the far west end, and worked that more with the Ned rig. But with only about an hour and a half left, I wanted to make sure I got back with that wind and wanted to be back to the boat ramp to make sure I got the points. So that is how it went down. That's how we caught them. Looking forward to the next one. I'm looking forward to getting out next weekend. I'm going to go fish the pits again before I start heading down to Fort Gibson and getting ready for the Okie BFL, the fourth event of it. I need a good finish in it. I've been down and had some bad tournaments there. I actually had not missed a fish all season. I was kind of thinking that in my head, that I've been fished really clean all year. And then this event was really killer. I lost a lot of fish, lost the potential winning fish of the tournament. So that's a real bummer, but it happens. So hopefully we get the bad karma out of the way, get all the bad luck out of the way, and for the rest of the season, we can get all the fish in the boat and get some cards to fall into place for us here in the Columbus Bass Club, and try for another year at Team of the Year. This would be a third consecutive season. The good news is about this tournament is we got third place, but we jumped back into the Team of the Year standings. But that can be a misconception, though, because they take the top 5, your top 5 events. So let's say you fish 8 events and you blank in 3 of them. You don't catch a fish in 3 of them, but say you were to get first in the other 5, you would take your best 5. The other 3 would be gone. So you could potentially win even if you have a bad tournament. So, I blanked in 1, but there's also another guy that he's got a first and a second place, and he's only fished 2 events. And there's still 4 events left. So, we still got to get up there. We still got to keep finishing high. We need to try and get 1 or 2 more wins the rest of the season and definitely stay in the top 3, which we have 2 more events that we can drop off. So that is good. That gives us 2 more events that we can drop off, because we blanked in 1 and we have a 5th place finish as well. So hopefully we can get those 2 out of the way, which those 2 are basically going to fall off if we can finish higher than 5th place in the last 4 events here. We got to stay higher than 5th place. Try not to go under 5th place. We do have 1 more that we can really go bad in, and it'll be thrown out. So that's good. We just got to focus on what's coming up. Summertime's coming up here. It's my favorite time to fish in the pits. So hopefully I can get some good ones. We can get some pits drawn that I know, and we can get the bite going on there. The way I like to fish is really coming up. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting some fish in the boats. Last year, I actually had not won we had not won an event until July was the first event we'd won. And then we won another one in, September, and then another one in October. So all my wins came after July last year. I didn't even have the closest I had up until July was a 3rd place finish. So that is when I start fishing better, is once the summertime gets there. That is my time of year. That's when I like it in the pits. So hopefully things will fall into place again this year, and me and Kyler can get another Team of the Year and go down 3 years in a row. But that's going to be difficult, especially with all the competition. We've got some real stiff competition in there, so it's going to take a lot of hard work to get that done. So hopefully we're able to do that, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Seeing you in my next video. I'm going to do a video here shortly of some other things, and got some more videos coming. So just keep staying tuned and watching the channel, guys. All right. Thank you. That one, Tyler? Oh, that's a keeper too. There you go, Tyler.
Oh, that's a good one too.
You didn't prep the net.
I think he's too big though.
Too big.
They got to be 15 inches or under 13. Too big! I don't cast too far up in there. It's got an exposed tug. Just kind of cast around the edges if you cast up in there. Oh, it's on Kyler. Oh, I just told myself to check my line, Kyler. He wasn't a keeper. That's good to see. Depends when you get a nick in your line. That's a good one, Kyler. Oh, baby. Just a catfish. Damn it, that was an 18-inch, Kyler. I didn't get a good hook set in because I didn't know if it was a fish. Damn. Make him hurt, dang it.
No, it doesn't hurt.
No, not at all. Another one too big. Just barely too big. I don't know how big it is, Tyler, but get the net. Yeah.
Is he gonna be slot?
I believe so. I believe he's too long. He's really long and skinny. That one might be, I can't tell yet. Oh yeah, that's a big one, Tyler. Oh, nope. He was in the slot, yeah. He just looked big down there. He wasn't 15 inches. Take down this stupid thing. I don't think it's any bigger. Oh, that might be a little bigger. I can't tell yet. Jump out. Oh, little big guy. Might have been the slot. Every time they jump, they're getting off.